Good morning. You are listening to UpReach, a morning devotional presented by the Church Street Church of Christ in Lewisburg, Tennessee, to encourage you as you face the opportunities and challenges of today. Let's begin this day together with some inspiring thoughts from God's holy word. Let us hold fast the confession of our hope without wavering, for he who promised is faithful. And let us consider one another in order to stir up love and good works, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as is the manner of some, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as you see the day approaching. Hebrews chapter 10, verses 23 through 25. There are compelling reasons why church attendance is necessary to keep the Christian life alive and to fulfill the duties of the Christian life. So it is worth looking again at some familiar reasons for worshiping with the church, or, as we often say, going to church. There are certain things in life which gain a great part of their value and of their impact from being experienced together. However well a great orchestra might play, the experience of listening to it would lose something if the listener were the only person in the concert hall. A sporting event would lose far more than half its excitement and its thrill if we were the only person present. There are many things which can be perfectly well done and experienced alone, but which have an infinitely greater impact and effect when they are done and experienced in the company of others. Worship is like that. Of course we can worship alone, and of course there are times when we must worship alone, but the fact remains that togetherness is an essential part of worship. There is a real value in being assured that the Christian faith is not only a personal experience, but the possession of a whole community. In the earliest days, the saying began not, "I believe," but "we believe." There are times when it is a very great comfort to remember that Christian faith and belief depend not on our acceptance of any part of it, nor on our ability to understand any part of it, but on the faith of the whole church. What about you today? Are you taking advantage of every opportunity to worship with God's people each week? There is a certain togetherness without which even worship becomes a colder and an emptier thing. There is a community of faith which does much to buttress the inadequacy of our own personal faith. And there is a claim which it would be both folly and ingratitude not to acknowledge. This has been UpReach, a presentation of the Church Street Church of Christ in Lewisburg, Tennessee. I am Kyle Bolton, the pulpit minister at Church Street, and I would like to personally invite you to come and share times of Bible study and worship with us each week. We meet every Sunday at 9 o'clock a.m. for our morning worship, followed by our Sunday school for all ages at 10:15 a.m. Then we meet again at 6 o'clock p.m. for our evening worship. We also have a midweek meeting for devotion and Bible study on Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. I hope to see you there. Have a blessed day.
I have seen a lot of changes in this world we're living in, and the positives are few and far between. The hate, the greed, the jealousy, this world is filled with sin, but a better life's remaining to be seen. I have seen a lot of disappointing things in my own life. It's impossible to do what's right, it seems. It's grieving me to see in our hearts bitterness and strife, but a better life's remaining to be seen. When I see Jesus, I will know him by the nail scars in his hand. When I see Jesus, I will know that I have reached the promised land. I'll see his glory in the eyes of every child of God inside. When I see Jesus, I'll know everything's alright. Moses sent 12 spies to Canaan land to see what they could see, there to spy out all the possibilities. And although 10 of them could only see embarrassing defeat, Caleb and Joshua saw only victory. When I see Jesus, I will know him by the nail scars in his hand. When I see Jesus, I will know that I have reached the promised land. I'll see his glory in the eyes of every child of God inside. When I see Jesus, I'll know everything's alright. When I see Jesus.